Hi, folks. I'm David Adams, and I'm here with you for Introduction to Public Administration. We're going to be working through this class together over the next 5 weeks. Let's dive in. This is our main Canvas page. This is where you come to when you come in straight into the course. Details about what the course is, and then the basics here. So we're going to have modules. Everything is due each Friday. There's a lot that we're going to be doing each week, so make sure that you are working throughout the week and not waiting until Friday. The syllabus is linked here. Our textbook is Kettle, Politics of the Administrative Process, ninth edition. Make sure you have it. Make sure you read it. In an asynchronous course, you got to be reading the book. You can't just skip by watching the slides or reviewing the notes or whatever it may be. Read the book. Um, our video lectures and quizzes will be posted weekly um, in our modules, and you can find details about our writing project that we're going to be building in chunks over the course of the next 5 weeks together at this link. It's also in each of the assignments pages. And then here's some handouts and additional resources. My office is in Gordon Hall. I'll be here throughout the summer, so you can come find me. You can also email me, schedule an appointment with me. I'll be having virtual office hours, so kind of async office hours, but 9:30 to 10 and 7 to 8 on Discord. You can pop in there anytime. Hit this link to log into that channel. Select POSC 320 link on there, and feel free to leave comments. And I'll answer them as they come, or I'll be sitting around waiting in the morning and evening on Tuesdays. Details about the course, all the different components and the grades that go into it. You'll be working in Google Docs for a writing project. I'll give you some more details on that in just a minute. So a typical module page here. Our first week, module 1. This is kind of the welcome module that we're working on right now. Syllabus is here. Details about the assignment, rubric for the assignment, a research log where you're going to have to write 1 or 2, 3 sentences each week about how your assignment's going. And then you'll find the lecture notes and videos located here. So quick look at our syllabus. It is the source of truth for the class. So if you have any questions about the materials, the course, anything that's going on here, go straight to the syllabus first, and then of course reach out to me if you couldn't find an answer to your question. So description about the course, the learning outcomes that I intend for you to achieve at the end of this course are listed here. Centered syllabus stuff, the required text, details at length about each of the components, the quizzes, the writing projects, the discussions are all here. How they break down for your grade. There's a lengthy academic integrity and policy on the use of generative AI. Make sure you read through that. I'm pretty serious about this stuff, so do be sure to read it. You should always read your syllabi. And detailed calendar for what is due, when it's due, and what to be reading each week. So let's get into the notes for week 1. When you think about public administration, what really comes to mind? There's a number of different things. Government inefficiency, red tape, but also this is what keeps society functioning. This is why we have roads to drive on. This is why we have clean water to drink. This is why I'm here as I'm a public administration scholar, but I'm also a street level bureaucrat in a sense where I'm on the front lines delivering education content to you wherever you are right now. Public administration does, just about every component of your life is impacted in some way by public administration or government services. Our restaurants, our clean water, our building safety, our emergency services, the budgets that fund things, that is public administration. So the learning objectives for this course are here. I want you to understand broadly what public administration's role is in a democratic society. Apply the knowledge, demonstrate the knowledge and concepts, theories of public administration. Our organizations face complex problems. You need to be able to interpret information and develop opinions. Contrast the difference between public administration and private administration. There are some similarities, but there's also some vast differences. And then show me how you can write. So I look forward to reading your work each week. The 5 weeks together are kind of laid out here. We're going to have 3 modules each week. So the first week is foundations. Week 2 is public administration and organizational structure. Week 3 is organizational problems, civil reform and civil service. Week 4, human capital, decision-making, budgeting. Week 5, implementation, regulation, and accountability. So like I said earlier, each week you're going to be watching some videos. I'm trying to keep them short, I promise. Read, participate in discussions. There's a weekly discussion that I want you to participate in. Work on your chunk of your writing project and submit a short little log about your writing for the week. That writing project is about one of these 3 topics. And you can pick one and then kind of drill down from that point. So the 3 topics are: who gets help, smart tech, safe city, and is this working? We'll go through the writing assignment in just a few moments, so I'll make sure to have these all laid out, but just kind of start thinking about it now, and then we'll talk about it just a little bit more. Public administration is part of your everyday life. Public works departments, school districts, public health agencies, prisons, courts, probation offices, permitting, licensing, distributing benefits, housing agencies, social service. All of this is part of our lives. The things that we interact with, where the government touches our lives daily, is public administration. The way we think about it in terms of this course is through this framework of accountability, efficiency, and equity. These values are often in conflict with each other. And so learning how to navigate these tensions skillfully through your writing project, through the course of reading the material and watching the videos and doing the work in this class, is really what PA is all about. We'll talk a little bit about public administration in theory. I'm also going to try to, at my best, lay it into public administration in practice, like how things actually play out in the real world. Again, make sure you read the academic integrity and AI policy in the syllabus. Your time management in this class this 5 weeks is intensive. So it is for me and for you. I'll be reading and grading your work each week. That's 45 students to work through each week. You'll be reading the textbook, writing your assignment component for the week, participating in discussion, doing some reflection, watching the videos. Please do it. Please take the time to do it. Do it well. All right, so get started now. Read the syllabus again, like I said, very thoroughly. And we'll talk about the rest of setting up a Google Docs in just a moment. Your first discussion question for this week is: think about an interaction that you've had recently with government, a public library, a road crew, applying for benefits, calling 311, whatever it may be. I went to the DMV to get my license renewed. I didn't make an appointment. I never remembered to do that. But it was about to expire. So I went and I sat there and waited for 2.5 hours listening to a book on tape and some music and people watching. It was just a time to sit there and, watch government, the machine of government work. That's my recent experience. If I was writing it, that's what I would write about. You have to do the same thing. And then, engage with a couple classmates about your experience. Maybe you had a similar one as they did. So back to our writing assignment. Just to briefly go over this, I will let you read it. It is the assignment. Make sure you read it carefully. It goes over the full length of what each component is, what you're going to be putting into it, adding to it each week, how much that's worth. What I do want you to know is that you're going to be doing all of this in the Google Doc. So each week you're going to paste the same link to that same Google Doc in Canvas. And you'll be working to develop and adding to that same document each time. I will go into that document because you're going to make me an editor of that document, this email address right here. And I will go into that document and I'll see the work that you're doing. I will be able to add comments directly. I'll be able to suggest texts and edits. So read through that carefully, how to do that, how to set that up. If you have questions, reach out. It's not too hard. Just add me as an editor to the document. Again, those 3 topics are fleshed out a bit more here. The Who Gets Help Disaster Relief one, Smart Tech Safe City, and Is This Working? These are all kind of connected back to those values that we talked about, right? Equity, efficiency, accountability. And so think about these. I've given you some links here to chapters that may be really helpful for these sections that you can flip through, look ahead. But the way that the writing is built, it's around the work that you're reading, right? So what you're reading is going to impact the component that you're adding to the paper each week. So for this week, I want you to pick one of those 3 topics and then think about a problem that exists within that space. So drill down from that topic to a problem that you can identify, a clear problem statement, a definition. Think about those 3 values that you can connect it to. And then what part of that, what aspect will you actually focus on? And then think about the evidence. Why does it matter for public administration? What are the current statistics or things that help define that problem? And then connect it to the chapter. You also do this research log, a couple sentences, 2 to 3 sentences saying what you did that week. If you have some questions, I'll be reading these just like I read your papers each week. If you have some questions, throw it in this log. Like, I didn't understand this part, or I couldn't find this thing. And I'll give you direct feedback to that too. So this plays out for the full 5 weeks here. Again, be sure to read this. The grading criteria are here. The success strategy tips, they're all here for you. Last thing to point out, hand out some resources page. Has a syllabus, has some framework about the core values that we just talked about, some organization theory references, decision-making models, accountability mechanism. These are just handouts for the class. The instructions for the assignment, again, are here. The grading rubric for the assignment is here. Research guidelines here. There's also some references that can help you get started. Some organizations that relate to PA and criminal justice, and some governmental data that may help you with your writing assignment. If you look at the assignments page, you'll see that each week for each of the components for the management brief has everything laid out here. It also has built into it the rubric. So make sure you kind of see what you're going to do in the rubric as you work on and ultimately submit the writing assignment. Every component is built into the rubric itself. And again, all you'll be doing is when you submit this, pasting the link to the Google document that you've been working on. The full instructions are also linked in each of the weeks. So that's it. Welcome to the course. I'm glad you're here. Reach out. If you have any questions, email me, make an appointment. You can find me. I will respond to you right away. It's 5 intense weeks together, but I'm here for you and I'm here with you, and I'll be working just as hard as you are for the next 5 weeks. I look forward to it. Have a great one. Bye.